Hello everybody, welcome to this Robomotion review. In this video, I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know about Robomotion. As always, if you do have any questions, please leave them in the comments section. As well as that, there'll be a discount link in the description so that you can always get your money's worth for Robomotion. So Robomotion is a software that basically allows you to automate with robots and with AI all of the boring, everyday mundane tasks that you have to do. So as you can see, it's a very simplistic looking dashboard that we're instantly greeted with. It says, welcome to Robomotion. On the left, we have a drop-down menu which gives us a flow designer, an admin console, and a user console, along with our main taskbar, which is projects, templates, and tutorials. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get straight into it. So we're going to go ahead and hit new, and we're going to call this Flow 1. Once we've done that, this is what we will be greeted with. Now, this allows us to essentially create the automation. Now, we have a tour in the bottom right, but I'm going to be telling you exactly where to go from this. So if you do need the tour, you can, but we're going to be going down the left and basically telling you what to do. So on the left, we have basically all the different things that you can use in order to create an automation. So you have applications, you have browsers, clipboards, all of these different things. And I'm going to be taking you through having a little look at each one, what all of the buttons do, and how you would go about creating a flow. So in application, you have the option to have applications in, out, push requests. You're also able to have an upload, and you're also able to have an application download as well. Under browser, you're able to open the browser, close the browser. You're able to open specific links. You're able to switch windows in your browser, closing windows, sending keys, uploading files. This has a lot of stuff in it, as you can see. You're able to type text only into explicitly your browser. You're able to move to certain elements in the browser along with alerting. You're able to save elements that you find. You're able to view click elements as well. So any sort of element that you click on the page will obviously be registered. A wait element, you're also able to have a select, get cookies, get value, stuff like this. If we go into clipboard, we have get from clipboard and set to clipboard. You're able to translate text, analyze text, do text to speech, speech to text, whichever way around you want. You're able to do stuff with CSV documents and spreadsheets, as you can see, read, write, append, and split. You're able to do dialogues and message box and input box. You're able to have all different Excel documents as well. So if you do use Microsoft Excel, this is automatically integrated with that. You're also able to look at the file system on your computer as well with listing directories. You're able to read files, write files, wait. You're able to move files to certain directories, delete them, copy them, create ones. In your flow, you're able to comment on stuff. You're able to go to specific areas, label things, log them, stop, and create subflows as well. As you can see, we've also got the options for images, keyboards, mails. You can, automate emails coming in and out, mouse movements, net, OCR, process, programming, queue, trigger, and vault. So they're all the things that you can do stuff with. Now, that is what is defaultly built into the application. But if you go to the Packages tab at the top, this is where you can view all your categories as well. So this allows you to add things that aren't already configured, but you have stuff like barcodes, you have Active Directories, you have Discord bots, Dropbox integration, Google Storage, Google Sheets, Instagram, loads of different stuff on here that you can also automate. At the top, you're also able to view all the different projects that you've created. So you don't just have to have one. You're able to create as many as you require, and then you're also able to share these with specific people if you want to. You're also able to switch between dark mode and light mode, and for the sake of this, I'll be switching it to dark mode for the rest of it because I quite like dark mode. So as we can see as well, on the right hand side, we have all of the options for customizing each of our nodes as well. So this is where you can basically configure each node to do exactly what you want. So they're obviously quite broad. So create form is a broad thing. It doesn't know what form, it doesn't know what to create, it doesn't know why to create it, anything like that. But you can obviously set custom form names, descriptions, queue names. There are credentials. You have the name of the actual option in the flowchart. So if you don't want it to be create form and you want to say create register form, you're able to do that as well. So, and then you're obviously able to change the color if you like color coding, if that's something that your brain likes. You're able to select delays before it actually does something, sort of whatever you want. Then if I said imported open browser, I'd be able to do after this. This is obviously the before and after. So if I then connected this with open browser, once the register form has been created, it will then open a browser. So basically it's very self-explanatory how you would get it to work. And then opening the browser would then cause, let's say we're going to open a window, and we'll then type text in and we'll move that here, and then the text that it will type, we can obviously select whatever we want it to do there, and then once the type of text that we want has been imported, we can then do close browser, link those together as well. So that's essentially what it would look like. You can select them all by doing this with your mouse clicking and dragging, along with playing it. Now, obviously, a robot has to be connected for the flow to actually run. We don't have any, but you can download them via the Robomotion tab here. At the top, we obviously have a save icon. We can hide certain sections if we just want to view the form on itself. All of the control areas you can get rid of. And then on this button here, just goes to settings, and it also goes to log out. So heading back to our main page, we can now go to project, where we have obviously created one, but we didn't save it, so it won't appear. But when you have saved it, that project that you've created will appear on this page here. You then also have the option for templates. So if there's a specific thing that you want to do and you don't exactly want to do everything yourself, there are already pre-made templates. So say, for example, we wanted to do a BMI calculator. You wanted to measure your body mass index. It's already essentially created what you would want to do. So it would inject it. It would then ask you for an input for your weight and height, and then using a formula that you can obviously do, or a built-in thing. Obviously, this is a core programming function. This will then calculate it, it will then display it, and then it will stop. So naturally, you obviously need to put a trigger at the beginning. It could be anything. An inject trigger is basically what you would mainly want, but it really depends. If you go to trigger, you can also have catch, and we could also have a timer. So after a period of time, it will obviously activate the flow. And then at the end, you'd obviously want to stop. Otherwise, the robot would never stop. Then under tutorials, you can obviously view other tutorials you might need. You also have the option to go to the admin console, which essentially lets you view all of the flows and robots that you've got, along with some really nice looking analytics as well. Under flows, you're able to view all of the flows that you've got and created. You're able to view all the robots that you've got, and you can create one by hitting add robot. You're able to view any triggers that you've got for specific robots and stuff like that, along with any schedules. So any robots that have, schedules coming up, or things that they haven't done yet, but they will obviously be automatically set to do, this is where they'll appear. You can view users that are registered on your account, along with any queues that you've got in progress, completed, stuff like that. Jobs, you can see robots and what they're doing, run out, stop out, running time, status, error, and actions as well. And as I can quickly show you here, you have back. You obviously have, buttons to navigate each of your options here. You're able to view any licenses that you've got, so you can add a license or request a license. You've also got an audit log, so a list of basically everything that's happened, along with a list of repositories. So the only one that we've got at the moment is the official package repository, published 14 minutes ago, name Robomotion Stable. And then you obviously have your subscriptions if you wish to change your plan, and obviously API, so that you can incorporate this into your own code or websites or software, or however you really please. But that's about it for Robomotion. So what do I think about Robomotion? And the question is very, very easy to answer. Yes, I really do like it. Now, the reason being, the amount of integration that it's got, I think, is the main selling point of this particular, robot creator. The way that you can add packages and install, repositories and stuff like that, I think is great. The amount of stuff that they've got built in without even having to do that yourself and add your own packages is great. Excel, it's got the amount of things that typical people will want to do, and even people who are developers or need to automate even slightly more difficult things, the level of customization is big. It's there. I also really like the UI. The UI looks great with the option for dark mode and light mode. I think it's something great, as you could just see by my face, and overall I think is a really, really well made software. But thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.